Let us discuss this example. Okay, so in this example, one set is given and we have to prove that it is an open set. So see what is the definition of that set I have written here. So it is a set where it is a subset of R2 where X is positive and Y is negative. Getting? See, sorry, here X is negative. What is given here? X is negative and Y is positive. Okay, so this set we have. So X is negative, Y is positive. That means obviously it is the second quadrant where X is negative and Y is positive. So this is the second quadrant we have, and we have to prove that it is an open set. What is the technique to prove a set is open? We take any arbitrary point, we draw a ball around it, and we prove that that ball entirely lies inside set. Then we can declare it is an open set. Let us do the same. I have already written we have to prove that B is an open set. So what will I do? I will select one arbitrary point of that set. Let P is equal to P1 comma P2 belongs to B. So that means I have taken one point P. P is equal to what? P1 comma P2. So this is a point we have. Okay. So implies, so this is element of B. So it will satisfy the definition of B. Definition of B says X coordinate is negative. That means here P1 is negative and Y coordinate, that means P2 is positive. I want this one is also positive. So I will multiply it by minus sign. If you multiply it by minus sign, minus P1 will be positive and P2 will be positive. Both of them will be positive. That means what we are doing actually. So this point we have taken. Okay, so this is distance P2 and this is distance P1. We have to draw an open ball around P which will entirely lie inside a set. That means which will entirely lie in second quadrant. Okay, so such ball we have to find. We have to find its radius. So what will I do? This distance, if you consider this distance and if you draw a circle, then it will go outside the second quadrant. But if you consider this as a radius and if you draw open ball around P, then if you draw open ball around P having this radius, so it will lie in second quadrant. So see, that means what I have to do? So let I need to select R is equal to minimum of minus P1 and P2. I have to select their minimum value. Okay. So see, if point is here, in that case P2 will be smaller and P1 will be larger. Getting? So it depends on the position of point. But here for this point, obviously we can say this P1 is a smaller. So minus P1, since P1 originally it is negative, so that's why minus P1 will be positive. So see, both of them are positive, so that's why we can declare R is also positive. Okay, so now my claim. See, my claim, I will mention here, what is my claim? My claim is, if you consider an open ball having radius, having center P and radius R, then it will entirely lie inside set B. That means if you draw open ball like this, having center P and radius this R, then it will entirely lie in B. B means second quadrant. This thing we have to prove. Geometrically we can easily understand, but logically or mathematically we have to prove it. How to prove that one set is subset of other? We take one point from first set and we prove it is element of second set. So this is true for all. So therefore we can declare first set is subset of other. Let us apply the same technique. Let I am taking one point X is equal to x1 comma x2 belongs to B, P comma R. That means I am taking one point X of that open ball. Okay. So this point lies in open ball. That means distance of X from P is less than R. Getting na? Since that point lies in open ball, so distance of that point from center, okay, of ball will be radius less than its radius. See, this is Euclidean matrix, so this is nothing but norm X minus P less than R. What is our X? Our X is x1 comma x2. What is our P? P is P1 comma P2 less than R. Okay, so let us subtract, component wise subtraction will be there. That means x1 minus P1, x2 minus P2 less than R. After that I am going to solve it, but I suggest you to make a screenshot of it. After that we will go further. Okay, so let us continue. I'm going to apply the definition of norm. By definition of norm, we can write this is square root of x1 minus p1 square plus x2 minus p2 square less than r. To remove a square root, I will take square of both sides. So therefore, x1 minus p1 square plus x2 minus p2 square less than r square. So next step, obviously sum of these two is less than r square. So that's why each of them is less than r square. So therefore x1 minus p1 square less than r square and x2 minus p2 square less than r square. I will remove square and by taking square root of both sides, positive square root obviously. Okay, but you remember the definition of r, what is it? But r is equal to minimum of minus p1 and p2. So therefore r is minimum of these two. Getting? So that means r will be less than or equal to each of them. So r is less than or equal to minus p1 and r is less than or equal to p2. So let us combine. So therefore mod x1 minus p1 is less than r, but r is less than this one. So this is less than minus p1 and let me remove it. It is not required now. Okay, and see mod x2 minus p2 less than r and r is less than p2. So this is less than p2. See, I am going to apply a result so that you are familiar with that. Mod a less than b if and only if minus b less than a less than b. So this result I am going to use for both of them. Okay. So what will happen? So see, if I apply for first one, so minus p1, but already there is minus, so plus p1 we will have. Getting? Less than x1 minus p1 less than minus p1. Since originally there is minus sign, that's why. If I apply this result to this bracket, so we'll have and minus p2 less than x2 minus p2 less than p2. Okay, so we use this result, not required now. See, what will I do? The first part is not required. I will simply focus on this one. So implies x1 minus p1 less than minus p1. See, second part is not required. I will focus on first part, first inequality. After that, minus p1 will get cancelled from both sides. So therefore, x1 less than 0. And here minus p2 cancel. So 0 less than x2. See, x1 means first component. Okay, first component is negative and second component is positive. Like this. First component is negative, second component is positive. Therefore, that point x1 comma x2 is member of B. That means second quadrant. So therefore, what we get, we had taken that point x1 comma x2, that means x. We had taken from this open ball, right? And we proved that x1 comma x2 belongs to B. So that's why this is subset of that one. No space is here, so you can make a screenshot of it and then we'll go further. See, therefore, what can I write? Therefore, see, that ball with center P radius R is subset of B. So that means we took any arbitrary point P and we could able to draw ball around it which entirely lies inside B, that means in second quadrant. So that's why we can declare it is an open set. So therefore, B is an open set in R2. So in this way we have proved, okay, we have already taken its screenshot. Let me remove it. Okay, you can make a screenshot and the proof is over here. We stop. Bye bye.